What is this contraption I found at an antique shop? It stands about 12 inches high, is made from metal, and has a handle. There are tiny discs of brightly colored glass within the rotary mechanisms on the front. Any ideas? It's an antique railroad color blindness lantern from circa 1905 and used to test for color blindness in railroad workers. This testing device ensures that new hires in a railroad company can see the color signals down the line and make the appropriate track changes. The way it works is to set the rotating dial to a position and turn it on. The employee would call out the colors he saw. What is this clear plastic thing branded with the logo for MAI Systems? Roughly 18.5 by 8 centimeters, and it has a handle in the middle. The top is lightly grooved, and the bottom has 7 indents and 4 beveled areas. It's part of my inheritance. My father worked at Sorbus when he acquired this. We considered something to do with credit cards, but MAI Systems didn't work in that area to our knowledge. And from what we can remember about the credit card machines with the carbon paper, they didn't look like this. Any help is very welcome. It's a punch card hopper weight from the late 1950s to the 1980s. Here's an almost exact one from IBM. Yours just happens to be branded MAI Systems. It was used to feed punch cards into card readers. The weight would ensure the cards would be fed properly through the reader. What is this plastic wall device hanging on a vintage RV? It measures 5 inches tall, 2 inches wide, 2 inches off the wall, and it appears to have slots. It was found in my 1973 Volkswagen bus, and the previous owner had deceased, so I did not get a good history. It is attached to the side of the cabinet by the sink and wardrobe. There is a silver bracket above to hold a broom or other round-handled device, if that could be connected. What are you supposed to hang on this? It's a 1980s Dixie bathroom cup dispenser. The cup sleeve is missing, and it would slot onto those wings and slide down to lock. It was manufactured by the James River Corporation, an American pulp and paper company based in Richmond, Virginia, once the largest paper manufacturer in the world. I found a pair of them in a box of random auction stuff. They are just over 4 ounces and about 2 by 2 inches. They're non-metallic, heavy, and soft enough to mark paper, so I assume they're lead. They're stamped Stay Tight, and the rubber band is permanently attached by a pinched piece of lead. Someone suggested it's to be attached to the wooden handle of a scythe, but I don't see how a holy chunk of lead with a rubber band attached could have anything to do with holding a scythe to the handle or a sling. Can anyone help identify these? These are mid-century duck decoy lead anchor weights, manufactured by Stay Tight Snath Company in Shelbyville, Indiana. These weights are typically used to anchor goose or duck decoys in place, preventing them from drifting away in water or wind. They are often made of lead and designed to be heavy enough to keep the decoy stable. What is this item I bought at a coin fair in Barcelona? It is 2 by 2.2 centimeters and appears to be made of bronze. The front has what looks to be wings engraved on it. I'm also looking for era if possible. Thanks in advance. It's a Visigothic silver buckle clasp, dating to the 7th or 1st half of the 8th century. The Visigoths were a Germanic people who played a major role in the transformation of the Roman world during late antiquity, roughly the 4th to 6th centuries CE. They sacked Rome in 410 AD and later established a powerful Visigothic kingdom that encompassed parts of modern-day Spain and southern France. What is this old heavy metal object in the shape of a prismatic trapezoid with letters M, W, R, and the John Deere logo in high relief? I found it while cleaning out my parents' garage in California. The bottom shows signs of having been cut off a smaller metal rod, and it's heavier than it looks. My family used to be farmers, so maybe it's from some kind of John Deere equipment. Does anyone know what it is? It's a 1970s John Deere barbecue branding iron, without the stem and handle. You put it in your barbecue coals and can brand 4 different things. W for well, M for medium, R for rare, and the last one is the 2-leg leaping deer symbol. What is this instrument I found while going through some old stuff? I have no idea how old it is, but I would guess early 20th century. The box is about 5.5 by 5 by 3 inches big. It has a sort of compass, a level, and a thing that says it is patented, which reads EL Dent's Meridian Instrument, followed by an address. The lid comes off the patented thing, but I can't tell what's inside. What is this used for? It's a 19th century diploscope from circa 1850. Here's one in very similar condition at an auction for £820. It's a scientific instrument used to determine the exact time of solar noon, that is, the moment when the sun crosses the local meridian and is at its highest point in the sky. The instrument contains a small prism system of mirrors set inside a tube. When pointed at the sun, the mirrors create 2 images of the sun. As the sun approaches the meridian, the 2 images move toward one another. This gave observers a very accurate and simple way of finding the true noon, which was especially useful before the spread of standardized time signals. The device was invented by an Italian astronomer, Giovanni Battista Amici, in the first half of the 19th century, and improved by the clockmaker Edward John Dent in London. These were often mounted on buildings, especially by clockmakers, to check and correct clocks and public timepieces. What is this thing that appears to be made of bakelite, found in New Zealand? It's broken at the end of the stem part. It's not very big, almost about the size of a pair of child's headphones, and I would guess that it's at least 80 years old. The back reads, Sting Indestructible Philadelphia, and it also has the number 34 debossed on the stem part. It was found in a spot where people dumped stuff 100 plus years ago. I'd love to find out what this is. It's been bugging me since I found it. It's a Hastings hard rubber truss, made by the Hastings Truss Company circa 1890s. It was used for hernia patients and provided support for the herniated area, using a pad and belt arrangement to hold it in the correct position. It is put on before moving from bed. We keep seeing this on the side of the road in Oregon. It's at the end of a driveway. The lower glass portion faces the driveway, and it's about 15 feet tall. It is driving my wife nuts every time she drives by to not know what it is. It looks empty inside. I guess it's a watchtower, a birdhouse, or a deer feeder. Any ideas? Please let us know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.